What's up, YouTube? This is Shuttleboy, the best Golf Wang YouTuber ever, back with a new episode of Golf Wang News. And yeah, this one is jam-packed with a bunch of really cool stuff. So I'm not going to waste too much time here, other than please go check out my Instagram and my brand Shuttle, information in the description box below. Really big things coming very soon, my shoes specifically speaking. And yeah, we got a lot of topics. Some of them were things that people brought up in past videos to talk about. And a lot of them there was a lot of news, honestly, that's happened the last couple of days, so we have a lot to talk about. First thing being, I think the thing that everybody wants to talk about the most, and that was a new golf drop just happened today, actually. I don't know the exact time, probably around noon, but pretty much all just Golf Wang basics were just restocked, which is actually kind of nice because they were gone for a while, actually. So they're back. And then these are the new things, as you can see on the screen here. Some of it is returning stuff, but we have something that's actually new would be newer colors, as you can see for the top items. And then we also have the newest things being the crew necks, and then there's also an embroidered t-shirt which looks just like that crew neck. People were thinking there was going to be new stuff, and I thought that was just kind of crazy to think that. I did think, though, that it would be like restocks of stuff. Or maybe like when they were gonna revamp the site, show us a lookbook, or maybe have information on the shoes, but I did not think there'd be a drop like right out of nowhere without them telling us. I do like the crew necks and the t-shirt, like the two new items. I really do like those a lot. I'm really bummed that the crew neck doesn't come in brown. I think that would have been super fire. But yeah, I think the crew neck's the coolest thing, especially because it's $80 instead of $90 for the hoodies. So yeah, I really dig that a lot. It's really nice. It's just like the other golf basic ones. So I definitely cop that if you're interested. But just wait. If you're not interested in any of this, don't try to reach out because there's new stuff coming very soon. I know it's going to come very soon. Which this kind of goes straight into the shoes now. We've seen a lot of pictures lately of the shoes, and it's getting really confusing on what's coming out, what's not. Actually, somebody commented in one of my videos. I would have shouted you out, but I cannot remember your name. I'm sorry. But they said they worked for a certain store and they got all pairs, like every single pair of the all three two-tones, and then all three of the solid, more dull colors, except for the like black, and then I think the gray. They said they didn't get either. But so, I mean, I guess all of them are coming out. I just think that's crazy. I mean, why wouldn't you separate them out a little bit more and just feast on more money? Because people are going to buy less because there's 6 pairs now. I doubt it comes out at the end of next week, but there's possibility. And then I think it might be the week after that. So maybe like the first week of May, or it's going to be the end of the last week of April, I think. That's my thoughts, though. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty lost, just like you guys, on this now. It's getting really weird. Next thing is the new song that just came out, Rose Tinted Cheeks. He actually said it was supposed to be part of Flower Boy, but he just never got around to finishing it, and that it fit the whole vibe and everything. And he released it basically as a demo, so it wasn't fully finished when he released it pretty recently. And my thoughts, I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts, so please share them with me. But I thought it was a really good song. I can tell if he finished it up, it was going to be a really, really nice song, and a lot of people are going to like it. Because he didn't do that, though, and because it's not on the album, I'm not going to really come back to this really at all. Just because, I mean, how often do you come back to, like, a YouTube video of a song, you know? And, I do think, though, this ranks better than Bring It Back remix for sure. Is it better than Okra? I think there's more quality to this song than Okra if this was finished. But personally, I'm going to listen to Okra more than I'm going to listen to this. Next, we have these golf dust masks. Basically, Brad showed this on his Instagram, and then we saw some more pictures as time went on that they were selling these at Coachella for $15 for a 2-pack, not secure. And yeah, the other one is actually, I believe, gray with 3M on it. I thought that was cool, but personally, I wouldn't get this just because I don't know. I'm not about that life to wear something like that in public. But I would still buy it nonetheless if it was on like Golf's website, just because it's a cool collectible. The main reason I brought this up is because a lot of people were upset with the performance of Tyler at Coachella. Not his performance per se, but they were upset with the crowd, how it was super unenergetic. You can check Golf Wang Reporters' Instagram, and they have some videos just to show you how unlively it was. And he actually said, at one point, Tyler said, during boredom, this concert isn't amusing or something like that. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious how he even said that. And apparently he also said, like, he's never had a concert like this since, like, 2010, I want to say he said. And he's like, I'm going to have to rethink my shit. And I thought that was really interesting. That's crazy to me, especially because I feel like a lot of, not to hate on people, but a lot of hype beasts are really falling onto Tyler recently. So I thought Coachella is the definition of hype beast. It's just a place where all hype beasts go, whether it be music or anything. It's just a lot of people that are culture vultures go to Coachella. So I thought they'd be all over Tyler since he's kind of like up and coming in a weird way, being the whole album of the year. And yeah, he has a lot more eyes on him lately. So I thought his concert was going to be crazy. So I'm shocked about that. I don't totally, you can't hate too much on the whole Coachella performance though. Like, I understand the anger, but you have to keep in mind these people are coming from all over the world. It's one of the biggest music festivals, if not the biggest ever. And like, people aren't specifically going just for Tyler. I know there are people that are going just for him, but a lot of people are watching his show that might not know him at all, might not know anything about him, and they're just listening just to wait till they see like whatever artist they're waiting to see that day. They're just there to fill the time while they're waiting for other things. So you have to understand, not everyone there is a Tyler fan that's listening to him at that point. So you got to cut it a little slack. Somebody asked me to talk about the storyline and how the albums connect. So I wanted to pop this little image up here. I thought if I explained it, I was going to screw it up. So I didn't want to get any hate for it either, because I know I would have got a bunch of hate. So here's a little description here, and I'll speak on it as well. I'll also link an article. There's an article about how Cherry Bomb might connect actually to it, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, Wolf is basically the prequel, then Bastard is after that. Then Goblin ends where he finds out that all his alter egos that he was talking about in the previous ones were just him. So it was all just him. And then Sam is Dead, the song, actually then was basically he's like killing all his alter egos, so there's only Tyler left then. And you can see that in the video. It'll make a little bit more sense now if you think about that. And yeah, I think that's really cool. But then what's even cooler is there's actually some theories of that, which actually make a lot of sense in this article if you go read it, is that Cherry Bomb basically is like him watching a movie of himself watching this trilogy, Wolf, Bastard, and Goblin, watching that from a film. So Cherry Bomb's him watching the film of his life in Wolf, Bastard, and Goblin. I thought that was really cool, actually. There's a lot of references, apparently, to it, too, and I thought that's really crazy. That's why I love him so much, and I think that he honestly makes some of the best music ever, because there's more to it than just music. Like, there's like an actual story to it. It's like a fictional story. And nobody really does that at all. I mean, the closest thing that's been done since then, similar to that, actually was Lil Yachty with Lil Boat mixtape. And he didn't dive that deep into it, not nearly as deep as Tyler did. And he already abandoned that whole idea already, which kind of sucks, because I was like, that's why I loved Lil Boat so much. Because it was like, whoa, this is like a Tyler like sequel almost. But yeah, and the people that are only into like Flower Boy and stuff, I can't sympathize with them, because I mean they're missing out on such crazy stuff here, because there's so much complexity and deepness actually to these earlier albums that you're not going to get ever again from Tyler, most likely. That's what's so cool about the people that are the older golf fans, just because they realize that. They realize how deep it is. There's so many levels to it. Lastly, I want to speak on another thing someone commented on. Old golf or new golf? What team am I? I'm team old golf. I actually want to make a video on this, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. But I don't know. Once you go old golf, you can't go back, I feel like. For instance, like if we're talking about the Vans, for instance, like it doesn't get better than that, I don't think. Like, I don't know. That's more personally for me though, because I think the old schools, like the old school shoe, I'm a really big shoe, like sneakerhead and stuff. And I think the old school is like the best shoe ever. Like the model, I think everything about it is so perfect. And then the colorways he made were just so good for it too. It was so innovative too because nobody did like pink soles, you know? And yeah, that's I don't know. I'm team old golf, but I like newer stuff. It's just old golf is the way to go if I'm picking one or the other. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below if there's something you want me to talk about in next week's episode of Golf Wang News. This is Charlotte Boy, the best Golf Wang YouTube ever. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already for more Golf Wang news, pickups, and more. And I'm out, guys. Peace.